It was the slap that reverberated around the globe, shocked audiences and left Will Smith banned from this year's Oscars. But despite being banished from the biggest night in film for his attack on Chris Rock, Smith has had the last laugh with his career riding high and his bank balance positively booming. Not only is the 54-year-old working on a series of multi-million-dollar film projects including Bad Boys 4 and the sequel to I Am Legend, he is also being lined up to return in the Aladdin sequel. In an ironic twist, it is Disney, who own ABC, the channel which aired last night's Oscars, pushing for Smith to return for the film. A senior Hollywood producer said, Will Smith may have broken the law in front of millions last year, but is back front and center in Hollywood having paid very little penance. He has a string of projects in development and is being courted by many studios. The fascinating stance is that many senior figures feel that Smith remains a big box office player and the controversy has a small impact on those who buy tickets for his films. Certainly the liberal approach to the attack is that everyone makes mistakes and deserves a second chance. Over the decades in Hollywood, studios and directors have adopted that approach for many stars caught up in scandals, which could have ended their careers. Examples of that are Mel Gibson, Hugh Grant, Robert Downey Jr., and Charlie Sheen. Will is filming Bad Boys 4 as we speak, which Sony Pictures are backing to be one of their big 2024 blockbusters. Even after the slap and public outrage, the movie studio continued pre-production and pushed forward. In some quarters you could argue that the publicity around the film will be huge given all the media and discussion Smith generates. Many people forget that Hollywood may like to think of itself as entertainment art, but underneath it's all about business and dollars. Will has not lost out very much financially. In 2022 Smith slapped Rock after he made a joke about wife Jada Pinkett Smith's bald head, which she shaved following an alopecia diagnosis. After returning to his seat, the actor repeatedly shouted, "Keep my wife's name out your F mouth" at Rock. Despite the incident, he remained at the ceremony and later collected the Best Actor Oscar for his performance in King Richard. Despite the subsequent outrage, Hollywood has been quick to forgive and forget. Lock, Stock director Guy Ritchie is supporting the return of the actor, who first found fame in the 90s as the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Pre-planning of Aladdin has begun with Ritchie, who is directing, weighing on how Smith was the perfect effing gentleman. "I've never met a more lovely man and working with him was one of the most wonderful, great experiences I've ever had," he said. "I never saw anything other than the consummate, generous gentleman." Sony Pictures chairman Tony Rothman admitted as early as May 2022 that Smith's actions would not stop a Bad Boys return. He said, "I've known Will Smith for many years, and I know him to be a good person. That was an example of a very good person having a very bad moment, in front of the world. I believe his apology and regret is genuine, and I believe in forgiveness and redemption." A source said that Will would get a pay packet of at least $25 million for Aladdin, as well as a lucrative profit share deal too, which will bring in more cash if the film makes over $1 billion. Smith is linked to 3 other films in pre-production: The Council, Fast and Loose, and Planes, Trains and Automobiles. Off-screen his business as a producer continues to thrive, overseeing hit TV series Bel-Air, Cobra Kai and upcoming nature documentary Pole to Pole. Smith's A-list status was recently cemented when he was given a standing ovation picking up the Beacon Award at the African American Film Critics Association Awards in Los Angeles for Emancipation. Teary-eyed Smith thanked everyone in the room for keeping our stories alive, as he made his first awards show appearance after the 94th Academy Awards. Also last month Smith won the NAACP Image Award for Actor in a Motion Picture for Emancipation. The Hollywood source added, "Will should have been back at the Oscars this year with that performance." Apple was ready to run a huge campaign to push for Best Film and Actor, but the slap destroyed everything. It is no underestimate to say he could have won 2 Best Actor Oscars in a row with what he did on screen. So sure, the money is great, but the slap did badly damage a career legacy moment. Smith spent spring last year in intense therapy and even visited spiritual healers in India, vowing to heal his issues and anger. In November on The Daily Show with Trevor Noah, Smith admitted that was a horrific night, as you can imagine. There's many nuances and complexities to it. But at the end of the day, I just lost it, you know.